Shalom, Grand Rising Zion's family. So this morning I'm going to be making a muscle cream, a muscle salve or rub or whatever you choose to call it. And of course you've seen us make this before, but this is a little different because this one is what I call my extra strength, if you will, muscle rub. Okay, what we're going to need is magnesium flakes to make magnesium oil. That's what this is. Beeswax. This is 2 tablespoonfuls. You're going to need a carrier, which I'm going to use a little bit of jojoba oil, maybe a half a teaspoon or so. All of my essential oils. What I'm adding to this one is going to be menthol, Frankincense-Myrrh, and peppermint. Yeah, Frankincense-Myrrh and peppermint. Those are essential oils. We're going to also be needing some shea butter. I'm going to add a little bit of mango butter because I just have a tiny bit left. And I'm going to use some coconut oil. And I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of the coconut oil. So I'm going to go ahead and dip that out so that when I'm ready for it, it'll be in my measuring cup. And a little bit more because I didn't get 2 full tablespoons, but now I think that's going to do that. That's going to do the job for that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get myself prepared to mix it all up, and so that you can see what I'm doing. But before I log off, what I want to do is, or move to the next phase, is I'm going to pour my magnesium flakes into this little measure, and you're going to do equal parts distilled hot water to melt this to make a magnesium oil. Okay, equal amounts. Let's start with a little less. So this is the 1/4. We're going to do 1/2 of a cup because I did want this to be sort of an extra strength pain reliever or rub. So we want to melt all of our flakes into our water like so. So instead of the ratio being 1-to-1, I did 1 to a half. So 1/4 cup of magnesium flakes to 1/2 of a cup of hot water. Okay, now that that's good and melted, I'm just going to let that sit right here. Move it over to the side and let it stay there. Okay, the rest of this water, which is half of the hot water, I'm just going to put back. So into my measuring bowl here, I'm going to go ahead and measure out my oils for melting. I'm going to add in my beeswax, which is 2 tablespoons. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of my shea butter. And this will make probably 1.5, about 1.5, well, 8 ounces is 1 container, and the other one, it will probably do about 1/2. So I'm making this in small batches in consideration that you may not want to make big, large batch, rubs like that and have it just sitting. You might want to make just a tad bit at a time. And the reason I'm not filling this teaspoon all the way up is because that first one, it was a heaping teaspoon. It wasn't, a perfect size, but it was heaping, which means it was standing over the measuring spoon, okay? So now with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and try and push all of my butters down because I want them in and not hanging on the top. I'm going to go ahead and add 1 tablespoon of this mango butter. Okay. When you're making your salves and your creams, it's more of a method over a science, if I want to use that term. So it's more of your method more than it is of a science, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is cap some of this stuff so I don't forget that I've used it. We're going to infuse this with, okay, science, I thought I was recording and it stopped on me. What I've done is add in here a tablespoon of cayenne pepper to infuse in my oils once it melts. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this over in the microwave and let it melt down, and I'll be back. Okay, our oils are out of our oil and cayenne mixture is out of the microwave. We're going to let this cool down a little bit. It's a little too warm. I don't want it to burn off my essential oils. So we're going to allow this to cool just a tiny bit. Not too much, just a tiny bit. Okay, this is just my infused cayenne pepper oil, and I just did that to make sure that the cayenne pepper gets very well incorporated and mixed into our oils. Okay, now it's still too warm. Still, if you can't put your hand on the bowl and touch it and leave your hand there, it's still too hot to add your essential oils. So we're just gonna let this sit a little bit longer. All right, family. So now that it's cool, a lot cooler, I can actually put my hand here and hold it. Still pretty warm, but once we add in our magnesium flakes, that should cool it down. So I'm going to go ahead and use my mixer, and I'm going to pour slowly to combine. Make sure you guys have a good view of what I'm doing. Okay. And now all I'm going to do is, now that I've incorporated my magnesium oil, I'm going to go ahead and add in my essential oils. I'm going to go ahead and start with my menthol. And I'm going to add about 15 to 20 drops of this. Okay, that's 21, so we're good. It's not very much left in, well, this is the peppermint, sorry. I'm going to add about the same, about 10 drops. Okay, I'm not going to drop it, I'm going to make you all sit and look at that. But in my frankincense, I don't have very much in either one, so we're just going to go ahead and add what's left in each container right in. This is myrrh. I'm going to add about the same, about 10 drops of myrrh, and the balance of this particular frankincense, or it was more frankincense in that one. Okay, I'm just going to give this a quick stir. Alrighty, now you just want to pour this into your containers, label it, and allow it to solidify. Just like so. Let me grab a spatula because you know I want to scrape this down. And that's it. This is our Cayenne, mentholatum, Frankincense-Myrrh muscle rub. Okay. If you haven't, like chest congestion, you can also use it as a vapor rub for your chest to help open up your breathing passages. I always make a mess, y'all. Okay, I'm trying to be greedy and get every bit of my product. That's why I'm making this mess, because I'm a little greedy. Okay, so that's it. That's going to be our video for today. Yes, I'm sorry I've been missing in action. I've had quite a bit to go on, family. And so, with that being said, this is our cayenne pepper, menthol, frankincense, myrrh, and magnesium flake muscle rub. Give this recipe a try and come back to this video and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Shalom, family.